Welcome back, class. I am Mr. Betts, and this is Memestory, in which we go over an important historical person or event using the internet's greatest resource, meme videos and other funny clips. Today's topic, Mansa Musa. This video is part of a massive collaboration with other educational YouTubers called Project Africa. Over 20 different history YouTubers coming together to make different videos on different parts of African history, and it's sorely needed. So little African history is taught in schools. For example, did you know
every 60 seconds in Africa, a minute passes?
Now, before we talk about Mansa Musa, we must talk about the West African kingdom of Mali that by the 13th and 14th century was dominating the region. Located on the Niger River with the Sahara to the north, the rainforest to the south, and the Atlantic coast to the west, it grew rich trading and taxing copper, ivory, slaves, and its most valuable commodity. Mali, tell me what you love.
I love gold!
Yeah, its 3 gold mines to the south made Mali stupid rich. And one of the things they could do with this money is buy and sell salt. Commonplace now, but back then it was really expensive, almost as valuable as gold, especially to the people in the southern portion of the empire where it was incredibly rare. So millions of tons would be traded and taxed throughout the empire.
Girl, come see this. They got a ramen noodle exhibit. You know that's your favorite. Be careful, children. That's a lot of sodium.
So let's jump to the year 1312 when Mansa meaning emperor, Mansa Abubakari II can't stop thinking about this expedition he had sent out of 200 ships to find the end of the Atlantic Ocean. Only one returned, babbling about a river and a whirlpool that had swallowed all the rest up. Sounds pretty hopeless, right? Well, not to Abubakari, who said,
"So you're telling me there's a chance?" Yeah!
So Abubakari II set up another expedition, this time of 2,000 ships led by himself that sailed west and of course were never heard from again. Many theories persist as to what actually happened to them. Most probably they died at sea. Very unlikely they reached the Americas, but I'm putting my money on this theory. Regardless, out of this, Musa Keita, Abubakari's nephew and appointed deputy, became Mansa Musa. Now, one of Mansa Musa's early challenges was wrangling in the bandits that had continually threatened trade routes. He did this with harsh and swift punishment, but if you're gonna have a strong empire, you're gonna need law and order.
Look at the buns on that guy.
This is the comedy police. The joke's too funny.
I'm not going back to jail!
So with the bandits handled in gold, salt, and other commodities being traded at hitherto unseen levels, Mali flourished even more and Mansa Musa became the richest person the world has ever seen, somewhere between $400 and $500 billion today. But still, something was missing. The Hajj. See, Musa was a devout Muslim, and as such, he still needed to go on his pilgrimage to Mecca. Sure, he was loved by his people. Sure, he was feared by his enemies.
Sure, you may be verified on Twitter, but are you verified in the eyes of God?
1324, Mansa Musa set off towards Mecca, but he didn't go alone. 60,000 friends, guests, servants, slaves, and soldiers accompanied him on his Hajj. They were like a moving city along this 9,000-mile journey. Sounds great, unless you happen to get that one available room by them at the hotel.
Yeah, the lot.
But what makes his Hajj so legendary was the gold. Along the way, Mansa and company gave gold alms to everyone. Poor, rich, needy, content, anyone they came across, they were getting gold. They had brought 350 million modern bucks worth of it and they couldn't give it away fast enough. I have not seen generosity at this level since. This actually inadvertently killed many of the economies that he came into conflict with. See, giving away that much gold to so many people in so many gold-based economies just created chaos and massive inflation, temporarily at least, made money worthless.
What's the ratio of Stanley nickels to shrimp bucks?
Same as the ratio of unicorns to leprechauns.
But Mansa Musa wasn't giving away all that gold just because he was a devout Muslim. Mali, at least at that point, despite its ludicrous wealth, had kind of been seen as a second-rate empire in the Islamic world. Mansa Musa was going to change that. This was Mali's coming out party.
Identify yourself to the world.
My name is Jeff.
Once Mansa Musa reached Mecca and carried out the rites of the Hajj, he felt so spiritually fulfilled that he actually considered staying there. Unfortunately, reports were coming in from back home that his son and ruler in his absence, Megan, was weak and ineffective. Kids can be so disappointing sometimes. Mansa Musa knew that he needed to get back ASAP, which is a problem when you're traveling with 60,000 people. He pushed the caravan as fast as he could, but there always seemed to be somebody dragging behind. The return trip also brought to light some awkward news when the chief steward went to secure provisions and found out that the group was dangerously low on gold because they had given so much away. Of course, newly wealthy merchants flocked to Mansa Musa to offer loans with disgustingly high interest rates.
Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Or you dead, ghost credit. I'm gonna get a Subaru.
Unbeknownst to all of them, a messenger from Mali with important news was frantically crossing the Sahara in search of them. For 1,000 miles, he flew through the desert on a mission.
We will have much more from the tiny community of Rachel, Nevada at 6:30. Reporting live, Joe Bartel's 13 Action News.
The message was, Gao has been captured and the Songhai Empire had been defeated. It seems despite Magan's ineptitude, Musa's military leaders had beat their greatest rival, the Songhai Empire. Do we have any footage of that victory?
Clean, Russell!
Musa now headed straight to the captured city of Gao to personally receive the king of the Songhai's submission and to take his two sons back to Niamey, Mali's capital city. It's gonna be okay. Nothing's going to happen to them. It's just to make sure that the Songhai does whatever Mali says.
You know, they can't refuse because of the implication.
Okay.
And while the Songhai lands and captured city of Gao were great, Mansa Musa really took a liking to the captured city of Timbuktu. Located upstream on the Niger River, it was a fantastic trading city. Musa commissioned incredible mosques there, like the one at Sankore, that during Musa's reign actually became a world-renowned university that rivaled the legendary Alexandria for its library.
Oh, I like your accent. Where you from?
I'm Liberian.
Oh, my bad. I like your accent. Where you from?
Built in the Malian style, the university brought in scholars from all over Africa, as well as Europe and Asia. It was here that advancements were made in math and chemistry, medicine and law, theology. Philosophers pondered the mysteries of life.
South Hill, Rosars, Chaco. I was in Chaco. Closed. Yeah.
Emma, why do you have scrunchies if you don't have any hair?
News of the greatness of Mali and its ruler, Mansa Musa, stretched far and wide. Seen here on 1375's Catalan Atlas, the most important map of medieval Europe. And depicted on it is but one African king. Gold scepter in one hand, gold nugget in the other, presiding over all the land around him.
I am from every continent in Africa.
This must be that new geography. How many continents?
So that was the Memestory of Mansa Musa. And remember that this video was being made as part of a massive collaboration called Project Africa. So many history YouTubers coming together to do so many videos on African history. You can watch this one here on the Ethiopian Jews by Casual Historian, or this one here on African Weapons by History House Production. I'll put the full playlist down in the description. And if you like this Memestory, I'll put a playlist right over here as well. My name is Mr. Betts, and if you like learning and like laughing about history, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe, be safe, and I'll see you next time.